Welcome and good morning, everyone. What another amazing day we're going to have to do today with back to school and trade show season. And joining me as well is Mark Bare Naked Willie. So stay tuned for him to make his appearance. There is no slowing down is the theme for this year's Building Components Manufacturing Conference and could quite possibly be applied to the entire AEC community here in the U.S. and across the pond. From London to Luzern, Switzerland, the advanced manufacturing facilities were buzzing with efficiency. How do they do it? It's not just about the construction technology, automation, or lean manufacturing techniques. It starts with the training, Carpenter Schools, apprenticeships, mentorships. Learning starts at a young age, but doesn't stop there. It's a lifelong event. That's why we hope we will see you in September. Where? Well, we're going to be at BCMC. In fact, we have our own booth. We'll be doing our show live on location, September 12th through the 16th. If you haven't been to this show before, you should see what we did there last year and read and watch some of the interviews that we did. It was an amazing show, and we're super excited to be back again this year. Also, September 18th to the 20th, that's right, the week after, is the Building Systems Housing Summit in Atlanta, Georgia. That's right. And guess who the MC is for that event for 2-3 days? If you haven't got your fill of me yet, you might down there. I will be the MC for the Building Systems Summit. This is where we all need to start coming together, sharing ideas, bringing our industry together. And what else? Well, with recent visits to DM Bau, Renggli, Hoolzbau Schweiz Lyss Carpenter Training School, and Haupt High Performance Windows, all in Switzerland, along with Frameclad SFS, British Offsite, and Howick Steel Horizons Event in London, look for upcoming releases showcasing the people, the products, and the process enabling us to build it better. We have so much amazing footage that's going to be released, and we're going to bring it all to you. We will travel the country, no charge to you, our guests, to bring you the education in how we build it better. So without further ado, why don't we bring in the Mark Bare Naked Willie? What's up, brother?
I think I just heard the DCMC, the Dave Cooper's MC, the DCMC.
The DCMC. I love it, right? That's a whole new logo. In fact, I'll give that. That's a good one, Mark. Well, we got the studio starting to come together. How you like it?
Oh my gosh, you're surprised if anyone caught the show the other day. You're doing special camera things, and then this morning,
what are you talking about? We're getting there. We're getting there. It's going to be fun.
You're like Eminem, right? You're popping over everywhere, and I know you didn't sleep last night because it takes a lot of time to set up these soundboards.
It does. It's been a lot of work, trial and error. Yesterday, we thought we had some of it dialed in. The sound didn't work too well. So listen, it takes like anything else. Oh man, what happened? Lost the screen there. So something else just went out on us. What do you think? Oh, I see what it was. See? You got me touching things now. So yeah, we're working on it, and hopefully I'll be able to show everybody behind the scenes here soon enough. But we do have some fun sound effects, Mark. I know you like to dance. So what do you see? We get everybody in the mood for a little dancing. Come on, wake up. It's Coffee with Dave and DJ Mark Bare Naked Willie.
I like the organ start to that one, you know.
Right, we're just going to keep having fun with it.
So if people are like waiting to answer, right, they're in that holding pattern, just go right into the organ, and then they'll get their groove on.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee it. I think the best part about this one is, Mark, we no longer have to do our BS banners and stuff. We can actually beat people out if they go on too long on the show now.
The secret hand signals are a thing of the past, if you will.
That's right. We got all kinds of sounds, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun just to play and really make the show a lot more interactive for everybody. We're going to have sound effects. We're going to have visual effects coming. It's really going to feel like you're watching cable TV, but live and unedited. It's going to be fun.
If you record an audio clip like pre-show, can you press a button and it'll play the audio clip?
Yeah, it'll get to the point where we don't have to search around for everything. I can have it set up to where I hit a button and it'll just pop up. Now, there's a lot of behind the scenes to make that happen. It doesn't just happen. But yeah, we'll be able to do all of those different things for sure.
The
And
lineup
change their
of
voices
shows,
as well.
the lineup of shows is incredible. And the transformations of these shows, truly, while it's happened, I don't think the marketplace is aware of, right? The combination that is happening for Green Build that you're going to with the two shows merging. I don't think the marketplace knows about that yet. So I'm glad you're bringing it up. While you hear the announcements, until the show actually takes place, that experience is lost on people.
Yeah, it really is lost on people. So speaking of shows, that's what we're going to cover today, Mark. It is trade show season. It is about learning time. It's about collaborating. And I think that's going to be the theme for today, based off coming from our travels, right? If you think about, we were in London, we were in Switzerland, right? We're doing a month-long tour in July next year. And then this morning we woke up by another big modular builder that does a lot of commercial and residential to come visit them in Vietnam. So we have a call coming up on that. Vietnam, dude. I'm going to Vietnam. I love it.
I only know a few people that live there. Of course, we both know a lot of people that serve there, but the culture, the people, the technology, and the food, right, is really, really special.
Yeah, I think it really will be. I've not been there myself, but I've heard that. So super excited for that. And what about you? What time did you get up this morning? You look bright-eyed.
I don't think I'm bright-eyed. I went to bed early, and then I woke up at 1:30 thinking it was 6 a.m.
6 a.m. So drive you crazy with this.
It's not a long drive.
Yeah, right. It definitely is not. Well, listen, everybody, don't get too annoyed with us playing around with the soundboard here. I do need to test it, and this will be a part of today's show, testing different sounds. So we'll make it a little bit fun as well. But let's also start talking about what we have coming up. But first, Mark, why don't you tell everybody where we're live?
Oh, this is my favorite part. No matter where you are, you go on one of your devices or go on all of the devices. You can actually have the Dave Cooper live show on multiple devices and on multiple streaming platforms like the Twitter, the Twitch, the YouTube, the Facebook, and the LinkedIn.
I know.
Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and holy cow, Dave, on YouTube, there's is it 1,000 videos? No, it's more than 1,000 videos.
It's up there. I think we're in the 800 range on YouTube now, maybe 900.
It's close to 1,000.
Well,
every numbers round up, right? Depending on how you do your maths.
Right. Well, yeah, that's exactly right. If you went to my math class, for sure, right? I struggle reading a ruler still. But we are growing. And Mark, we got so much great footage from these trips overseas, and looks like we're going to continue going overseas. There's a lot of companies over there that we think that we should be seeing here to learn how to build it better. They have a leg up on us when it comes to offsite manufacturing. And I also think they have a leg up on us when it comes to sustainability and energy efficiency and really putting those practices in place. So to me, I think there's going to be a big leap happening over the next year, especially if we can shrink the Atlantic Ocean and we can step across as like we go from Pennsylvania to Ohio, but digitally. Now people can get together, learn, and collaborate.
Yeah, maybe we need a zip line.
A zip line. I like that.
Then I don't have to fly. Just like, hey, Mark, here's the camera. Here's the battery pack. See you on the other side. And
yep. Mark said he would come to Europe, but I need somebody with an amazing sailboat, a mega yacht sailboat, right? That works off wind power. And we'll pick you up in Italy, Mark, because we're going to be We'll be in Italy, Germany, Austria, Switzerland. So I think I'm missing one. Italy, Germany, Austria, Switzerland. That's probably it.
I have an embarrassing Switzerland story for you, right? So you had a triumphant Switzerland experience. I had an embarrassing one. This many moons ago, and I from Germany went over there, and so we had a cool, fast little car, and the client said, "Hey, tonight we're gonna go up by the mountains in the country to this restaurant." And Davey started telling me directions like, you go down and you know when, and then you turn. You can only go one way, and it was those type of directions. And
right.
So I'm on this journey, and he goes, it's really off the beaten path. So I was literally driving off the beaten path, and people were laughing at me because what I ended up doing is driving on, the hiking path or the walking.
Oh, really?
Then the rainstorm started coming, and everyone's looking at crazy American kid, right? I was a kid. And when I returned that hot rod of a vehicle to the place, they're like, "Why all the mud?" And I was like, I have no idea.
I was running over civilians on the civilian path.
Never found the restaurant. There's no cell phones back then, so you couldn't call the person or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, you know what? That's the way it goes. Hey, Mark, before we get into the shows, let's do a couple other things here so we can figure out how things work.
We got some voice things.
We got monster conversation as well, Mark.
And it's not what you can do for your country. Or no, it's not what your country can do for you. It's what you can do for your country. So, all right,
you got a JFK sound button.
You like it?
That's amazing.
It was pretty good, right?
It was good.
It was definitely pretty good. And then I got to pitch up, which is
kind of fun. The kids really like this one. They have a lot of fun with it. And I think we'll use this for the Christmas story. What do you think?
I think I'll lose my shirt. I'll have peppermint juice coming out of my ears.
Listen, everybody, if you're tuning in out there, we are having a little bit of fun this morning. I'm trying out some new things. Let us know how it sounds on your end. Please let me know how my mic sounds as well. There's a whole different setup in here that I'll share with you guys in the future. We're really trying to take it up a notch. I know the audio's fluctuated with us on occasion, so hopefully this is a resolve to it. But if it's coming through loud and clear, let me know. If you're hearing a lot of hissing and S's, let me know that as well.
Loud and clear.
Gary says add some Disney characters. What's up, Mr. Fleischer? One of my favorites of favorites out there. Good old Gary. Gary, we live in the same. Well, we almost live in the same state. I'm in Pennsylvania, but we're only 3 hours away now. So
yeah, when you have the room set up, I think he said that he will visit you live, shoulder to shoulder. I believe I heard that on one of the Saturdays.
He did. We will bring him in. We got Osama. What's happening? Good morning, Osama. Listen, I like making Osama blush, man. He's like the biggest, nicest guy I ever meet. Looks like Mark needs a new Switzerland Bavarian experience. What do you think, Mark? Yep, for sure. Good to see you this morning, Osama. Osama says, oh, good. Loud and clear. Awesome. Well, we're getting there. We're taking it up. This will be the same setup we take to the shows, too.
Perfect.
So,
wait, you're going to take the soundboards when you travel?
I have a traveling soundboard. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, but we have a traveling soundboard, and I got a whole traveling podcast set up now. So we're at the live shows. We're going to be doing live roundtables, and I have all this same equipment, so it should come through loud and clear. We're still working on the live walkthrough stuff. That gets a little more tricky when you're using data to do live walkthroughs for a show, but we're going to dial that up too.
So it's not just DCMC, it's DJDC.
Yeah, man. That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. So, all right, Mark, let's get into it here. We got a bunch to cover. Let's just walk through what we have for shows, and then I will say hi to everybody else. Greg Ugaldi's out there as well. What's up, Greg? Always got to say hi to Greg. Gilbert, we've been saying hi to a few people. I want to make sure we say hi to everybody else real quick while we're there. Yep. Greg and Gilbert and everybody else. Good to see you, Gilbert. Tara, the tallest building in Central America, my new home. Good morning from Igvanas Tara. You know how to say that. You speak Spanish, or is actually that's not Spanish. That's
that's a unique one for me, but I think you did it right. I think it's Igvanas Tara and Central America. So welcome to your new home, Gilbert. That's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. Send us a picture of that. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
The sound is perfect even in Honduras. Yeah.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. See you, Gary. Have a good one. You know what Gary's doing? I know what Gary's doing. Gary, and he probably doesn't tell us, everybody, him and his wife donate their time to the food pantry on Saturday. I believe that's what he's doing. It's Saturday. So a big kudos to Gary. Not only is he a voice for the industry, but he really spends a lot of time giving back to the community and donating their time, to the community to help others out. So have a good one, Gary. Good to see you.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of the food pantries. All the churches that I've been a part of over the years, they do it for the local community, and it's amazing the donations that you get. And bless their hearts.
Give them an applause. This for Gary. All right. Let's get into the show now. All right. So BCMC, Mark, is what we have coming up, right? It is trade show season, and this is September 12th through the 16th, 2022. And I have to say, Mark, and maybe I'll show it at the end, I have one of the best interviews from a manufacturer of a piece of equipment, and maybe I'll pull that up and share it here at the end, because it'll tell you exactly how this show is, and it was absolutely amazing. So super excited about that. His name's
last year that was like the first coming out of COVID show that happened. Yep. And you called me from the show, and we spoke after, and I watched the interviews. The excitement was incredible, and the wonderful people over there. So I'm glad that this is in the Midwest now. It was in Omaha last year, and your guys are going to have a great time. You have your own booth, right?
We do have our own booth. In fact, let me see if I can just play this. Right, we got time, don't we?
We got coffee.
Let me see if I can share this. This is one of my favorite interviews from this event. And most people run when I show up with the camera, but Aaron was funny. Let's see. Can you see that, Mark?
No.
Okay. Can you see that, Mark?
Yes.
All right. I'm not going to get into being too fancy here. This is on the fly. Hopefully the sound doesn't echo. Mark, give me 2 thumbs up if the sound echoes when I play this.
You got it.
Everybody, we're at BCMC 2021, Omaha, Nebraska, and standing with me is Aaron Love, right, from Etsy Frame. Aaron, glad to be here or what?
I'm really glad to be here. In fact, I'm going to have to go home and triple my shop size after the first day and a half we've been here. So,
yeah.
In fact, I think we've sold quite a bit of equipment even before the show opened up at 10 a.m. this morning. So, really pumped.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about that. There's a lot of people here that came to buy, and they're looking at the equipment, and you have been nonstop busy.
Oh, I haven't had a breather until you showed up. You must have scared everybody away.
I do that. You show up with a camera, everybody goes running. So, Aaron, just real quick, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so SF Frame Technologies, we started out as a design company doing remote design for wall panels, trusses, floor systems, things like that. Well, we took some of our success after doing that for 2 years, growing up to 20 designers, and we actually bought a wall panel plant and a truss yard. Well, didn't buy it, but we acquired the land and developed a business for 2 years. During that process, we built our own equipment internally to service our needs. Well, turns out it was a better business to be in, making and selling equipment, than actually, selling the trusses and the wall panels. Just for us, that was our experience, and so we happen to be good at it, and so that's where we're at. And
right,
yeah,
and so if I understood you right, you're going to have to go home, expand your shop, because BCMC has been that powerful and that great of a networking and sales tool for your company.
That is absolutely correct. I did not even understand or even fathom the amount of success we are going to have here at the show this year.
This is only day one.
Day one.
Wow. We got a couple days left to go. So there you have it, everybody. Aaron Love, I love you, man.
Hey, man. Thank you.
Fist bump. All right. There you have it. So how did that come through? Were you getting any echo, Mark?
I didn't on my end. It was loud and clear. I remember that interview. I mean, eyes wide open, right? The guy was
Yeah,
jumping out of his shoes with excitement, and he wasn't the only one. You had 3 or 4 other
we did.
exceptional videos, but all the videos were great.
You know, at this actual show, and I'll put it back up on the screen. It was one of those shows that was right out of COVID, and people came with their wallets to do business, and it was actually, it almost floored me because I've never been to a show like this one before, where it's about the robots, it's about the machinery, it's about the technology, it's about the software and everything else that you use on a regular basis when you're in the offsite business or the components business. And I think that was everybody, though. It wasn't just one. Like, people were just taking orders, and business was booming. So if you have not been to this show, I think this is the last week, right? August 30th deadline. Yeah, it's coming up in a couple of days, but I'm sure if you miss it, they'll hopefully extend a little bit. But this is a show I think people should go to, and I'm not just saying that. That's why I wanted to show this video. I mean, this is real people talking. That was unedited, unscripted. So love it.
Yeah, I'm assuming, unless there's a travel, something else going on, I'm assuming Ben is with you as well.
Well, Ben, yeah, he'd definitely be there. A lot of people don't know BCMC is a show put on by the SBCA, and guess whose father started the SBCA?
Mr. Hershey.
Forward Solutions Group. And if he really wants me to get into where he thought he was conceived at, I will, but I've embarrassed him last time. Something with some gantry table somewhere. Oh my God. That's how deep his blood runs into the into the components industry.
Those stories should be held up in the trusses.
Yeah, right. That's right. Love it.
Beautiful.
All right. So what else do we have coming up, Mark? We have next on the list the following week. So we're leaving that show. My kids aren't going to see me for like 2 weeks, and we are headed to the NAHB Building Systems Council. Let's put that up on the screen so everybody can see it. We'll give it a little different format. That doesn't work, so we'll stay over here.
Yep.
So the NAHB Building Systems Housing Summit. Again, last one we had before COVID, we had people from Africa, from all over the world came in for this show. In fact, Greg Ugaldi, the last show, I think Greg, and I'm trying to think who else, the CEO, I think at that time, was the keynote speakers. This is one of the areas where I started to get to know Greg a couple years ago. But super excited about this show. This is going to be a big one. It's at the W, first of all, in Atlanta. So who doesn't like to stay at a fancy hotel like that?
Yeah.
But it's also going to be a packed house. And on the MC, we'll see how that goes, but I'm sure we'll have fun. We'll have fun with it.
The DCMC. I'm telling you, I love that.
Yep. So we're going to have fun, and I'm very grateful that, the National Association of Home Builders is giving us a platform from the building systems world to be able to have these conversations, for us to be able to talk about it on our show and bring people in. I keep saying this all the time. If we don't have a seat at the table, we're not getting anywhere. They are the biggest lobbying firm in Washington, D.C., and we all need to keep that collaboration going. And what I love so much about this show, and what I love about you, Mark, we're bringing our two worlds together. And we have people like Greg Ugaldi, who are the past chair, the top dog, that are willing to sit at the table and talk and listen. Doesn't mean things happen and change just because they're here. But if we don't have a seat at the table, we're getting nowhere. And I think it's just great to have that support.
Great leadership. And that's where the balls move, right? That's what's going to cover the ground. And you're so clear with how it needs to happen. That's the other thing. Sometimes the messaging on how it needs to happen is difficult for the marketplace to create, but you're very clear at that, and you're repetitive with the continuing the message. And I think when Greg pops in once a month or so, like he does, formerly in time, Dave, you wouldn't get that opportunity unless you happen to be standing next to him. And it's hard to stand next to Greg because there's 100 people waiting to stand next to him.
I know it is. That's why when he's on the show, you have to tune in. That's your chance to talk with them and ask them questions and all of those things. So let's see what we got on the table with this, right? We got Sunday is going to be the welcome reception. Monday, network breakfast, learning opportunities, all day on Monday. the Summit Social, which is always a good time. You might see me have one or two too many. I like to have fun. Tuesday, breakfast. And then again, look at this, Mark. What does it say? It doesn't say stand around and chit chat all over the place. It says learning opportunities, and this is one thing that the Passive House is super community is super big in, and it's learning, but having fun at the same time. And I think other shows like this one are starting to pick up on that. And so we're going to spend a lot of time doing that and having those conversations, and people can really start to network and do business together.
I want to also acknowledge, besides the coverage you give at the show and to everyone not attending, usually a few shows after, you have special interviews from people with their takeaways and what they're doing. And that's a lot of planning. It's a lot of orchestration, but that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it is. And this year, and I haven't talked to Devin. Maybe Greg, you can help me on this one. I would like to bring our camera and audio person to this one to capture what we're doing, but also let us capture those interviews and those moments as well. So, Greg, if you're listening, maybe you could help us out on that one. All right. So here we go. Keynote, innovation, hacking. We're going to be talking about closed wall systems. And Mark, some of the stuff's up your world, right? Workforce development. We got ICC offsite construction, special report, offsite construction housing forecast. Guess who that is? Robert Dietz. Do you know who Robert Dietz is, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all these names. It's a little small, obviously, but that's why people need to go to the website or tune into the show when it grows bigger. It's perfect topics.
Yeah, but they're also doing, business cases for building with insulated concrete forms. If you're into that, business case for building, it's concrete forms. Well, multifamily construction and subcomponents. So that's only a little bit of it. There's going to be a ton of opportunity here and a ton of learning. So super excited about what's going to happen down in Atlanta. And Jen made a good point here as well, Mark. It is now the Starling Hotel, formerly the W Midtown. So it's still the W. I think Starling Hotel bought the W Hotel. So same place, same building was the W, but now Jen says it's been changed to the Starling Hotel. So,
well, congratulations, the Starling. With my last name, I'll still always call it the W.
That's right. There you go. The W. Hey, what does that cup say? Hold it up there. Let me see. Dunbros Coffee. I'm using
the old standard.
My favorite mug every day is my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, I'm dripping. That's kind of gross, huh? Here.
Not really. Nothing gross about AutoVol.
Yep.
Beautiful.
It's my favorite mug. I love this mug. I love the colors, and it keeps my coffee nice.
That's a special one to have. Not many people get their hands on an AutoVol mug.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving along.
Then you're going to California after Atlanta, right?
Can you believe it, Mark? I mean, IWBC. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's Vaughn Buckley. Let's see what Vaughn has to say. How about that? I've not tried this before. Will it work? Watch video. Let's see if that works. I've not even listened to this one.
Hi everybody, I'm super excited to share with you that I will be the opening keynote speaker at IWBC Green Build this year, November 2nd in San Francisco. VBC is going to be exhibiting at the event. We'll have a live module there for you to walk through. And we're also offering tours of our Tracy, California facility with tickets and bus travel included from IWBC and Green Build if you would like to join us. We're also going to have several VBC team members speaking throughout the course of the conference on the innovation stage. We hope to see you there.
Well, that was cool.
Hi, everybody. I'm super excited.
All right, so there you have it. So IWBC. Now, a good thing about this is we, Jennifer and I, we're running some panels out there, Mark. So again, this isn't just us touting it. We're going to be out here speaking as well. You can see who some of the keynotes are as well as you look at this, and I'm doing a lot of the moderating, which is going to be a lot of fun. So, all of this is super exciting to be able to share with you and talk about. And then as far as Jerry McCahey in the house, gotta love Jerry. So super excited about that. But you can see all the way through here. there's an amazing lineup of people. I know it's small and maybe hard to read, but you definitely want to come and you want to join. There's our good friend Ben Hershey as well. So good to see Ben's on that list. And then just go to the agenda and look at it. Now, what's great about this show, Mark, it has joined forces with Greenbuild. So this is going from 1,000-person show to probably 30,000 plus people. How cool is that?
The Greenbuilds are a great experience. There's Dave playing around.
I'm trying to get it working right.
In Chicago, we've hosted 3 Greenbuilds over time, and I was definitely a part of all those. That's when the green jacket comes out. And of course, the IWBC is incredible, and it's really unique how these two came together. I think there's going to be a lot of benefits, and love the speakers. Obviously, Ben and Jerry and you and Jennifer are my favorites, right? We all have our favorites, but there we go. Jerry himself. So
Jerry's in the house.
I would imagine a lot of folks coming in, right, to California are going to want to do that tour that Vaughn brought up.
Yeah.
My guess is it's already sold out. When you go to these tours, they're sold out. So if you missed it, sometimes Dave will show you a tour of his own. So little secret there.
Yeah, for all you watching, we did a tour last year before we went over to SIGA, which was a lot of fun. But we have some of our own industry events where we try and bring leaders in the industry together to connect and do business. And the last event we had, was absolutely huge. When it came to people that are actually now working together, not only in this country, but doing business overseas and here. It's been really cool. So I appreciate the plug on that. Our next event, just so everybody knows, if you are interested, you can send me a note. It's only for industry leaders. It's not to be pushing products or selling. It's real roundtables to sit down and have a conversation. But we do look for sponsors. We only have 7. But you'd have to travel all around the world to meet these people in one location. But that's going to be right before the big show in IBS, the weekend before. So we're going to tie to it.
It's going to be in Vegas.
It's going to be in Vegas, and we're going to have an awesome factory tour. More details to come, but we're just finalizing that, and we'll start putting that out. And then we have one coming up next year in Poland. So stay tuned for that one as well. That one's starting to come together. I don't know, man.
You gave me a list of what we were talking about, but that wasn't on it. So now
you went there. I didn't go there. You went off script.
I went off script. Well, since you covered the Greenbuild, I believe the next big show is the IBS one, and right? Or do you have one in between there?
Oh, we got some more. We definitely got. Oh, we don't know. It's IWBC, and then we'll get into the NAHB. But going back, I saw Greg was asking about my ask. So let me go back here and look at that. So he said, "Jen, what was the ask? I may have missed it." I know that coffee was too good. The ask is this, Greg. We want to you're going to see some amazing coverage of our trip to Switzerland and London, and we'll share some of that with you. I think when we go there, we're going to MC this. I would like to bring our videographer with us to this event and really capture the whole International Builder Show, but also the Building System Summit in Atlanta. So I'm sure Devin will help us out, but I think it's going to be a big deal and it'll really help us promote what we have going on, not only here, but it's the International Builder Show. It's the international community that we'd like to bring into this show as well.
Your footage last year from BCMC interviews was incredible. And then the highlights from all the special events with Magic Johnson and everything last year at IBS were spectacular. I wasn't in Florida, but I felt like I was there because of the video.
Well, you know what? Magic Johnson was awesome, but guess who the keynote is for IWBC?
I can't guess.
How about Emmett Smith?
Really?
Emmett Smith's the keynote. And a lot of people probably don't know this. Emmett Smith is very, very involved in the community in housing and trying to help I don't like to say underprivileged community, but he's really involved in helping with affordable housing and the kids. So I'm super excited that Emmett's going to be there. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get an interview with Emmett because it's a whole different level.
Right.
You know, there's things involved with that. But also who's going to be there is Allie Wolf, economic forecast speaker. And we are going to be doing an interview with Allie after her keynote. So stay tuned for all that. That's going to be a lot of fun too, because you know what? People that don't attend need the behind the scenes look so they know what they're missing.
Correct.
Right. They need that. They need that to understand, like, does this event make sense for me? BCMC is not for everybody, but
Right.
it is for a lot of people that maybe don't understand what the whole show is about. So, yep, that's going to be a great show for sure.
Well, even like, so take any of the great exhibitors and attendees that are able to be there.
Yeah.
They don't now they don't have to worry about video footage. They can actually share the footage that you've put out and say, this is the show we just attended. And next year, mark your calendars because we're going to be in such and such city and join us there. That's why this kind of content, as you call it, the assets are needed.
That's right. Hey, good morning, Mrs. Willie. I saw that you gave us a love symbol this morning. That's Mark's mom from everybody. So if you're watching this, just say hi, Mrs. Willie. She's an awesome lady. So super excited to see her this morning. James Stabs out there. We got a lot of people. Matt Bloomquist, my favorite teacher in the world. Minus my kids and new teachers, because if they're watching,
I have an interesting story about, since we're a little off topic, about Matt. So Matt's been on the show, and Dave and I talk to him all the time. So during last year's school year, one of his former students was in college. That student, his name is Thomas, and there wasn't enough professors to teach a plumbing program at the college. So Matt went and got a job at the college, taught the plumbing class, so his former high school student could graduate college. And this past Friday, Thomas started as a teacher of the building trades program at the high school that he went to, and now he's working with Matt side by side.
I love it. That's a Matt, right? Teachers doing it better. Teachers doing it better. I absolutely love that. Yeah, Matt's huge, man. He takes all of his students down to IBS, and he does a lot. I mean, he does a lot more than any other teacher that I know out there, really pushing it. Henry Mickelberg said, today is a grande day. We're having fun with this. So, hey, listen, give us thumbs ups and likes if you like where we're going with the sound effects, and we're going to have overlays, and we're going to set up each show different. So BS Friday is going to have different sound effects than maybe our expert interview is going to have, or product spotlight and coffee with Dave. I'm trying to find a coffee sounding pouring effect that we could do. Get yourself some coffee if you're not drinking some out there, buddy.
Yeah, well, you could probably take it from your opening reel. There's probably cutting and splicing and spinning and dipping and flipping.
I just haven't figured out how to get it from there into this thing yet. If you sat here, it's one of those things. It took me a week just staring at it to go, I have no idea where to begin with.
The truth is out there.
Oh, don't make me. What's the here?
Wah, wah, wah.
I have a beef with you, Mark, so you better cut it out, my good friend, or I might get
my megaphone started. My megaphone. All right, so that's enough with that. We got some more shows to cover. Mark, come on now. Stay on track. You're getting me off track.
I'm on track.
Keeping me off track. All right, here we go. All right, the International Builders Show coming up in January 2023. It's the end of January, the 31st through, I believe, February 2nd. Yeah, that's what it says up in the thing there. So let's just take a look at this. So this is super cool stuff as well. This is a huge trade show, and this trade show last year was the first one after in Orlando, right after COVID. And guess what? I think maybe Greg probably knows, but I think they reached 70, maybe 90,000 attendees, somewhere in there. I don't think I ever got the final number. I know T-Stud was at this show. I know a lot of the hemp product suppliers were at this show, selling their hemp materials. But here's the thing. If you're out there and you're a startup and you're watching our show, they have a program called the Startup Zone here. I think people need to understand that because, yes, it gets expensive to have a booth. And when you're a startup, that's not easy. But in the startup zone, they give you a booth, they give you a TV, they give you a place to set up your stuff. And I don't remember what it is. Jen probably put it in the comments, but it was only a couple $1,000, $2,500, $3,000. It was not a lot. And they gave you all of that. So if you got a new product or a new idea, this is a way to put it out there. Now, here's my personal opinion. If you've been at this for 5 years already, 10 years, that's not a startup to me. Like, this has got to be, to me, really who's new out there and really trying to make an impact and come into this industry.
There's credentials that you have to hit. I believe one of the first ones is, well, you have to be a member, right? So if you're not a member of the NAHB, you should do that now, regardless of being able to do the show. And then I believe the next criteria is that you could not have exhibited at IBS prior.
That's right.
So you might be an established company, but maybe you just weren't at the scale or the reach formerly, and now you're ready for it. So there's companies that I offered it to last year that weren't able to do it because of our interesting travel at the time.
Right.
But one of those same companies, I just had a conference call with them yesterday, Dave. They are exhibiting in that space.
Are they?
I'm gonna tell you the name offline because you're gonna really be happy. And yeah, look at this. This is our boy Ben.
I love it. Look who that is, man.
Look at the smile on that kid.
Man,
he's got the bags on. He's got the belts and the suspenders and the bags. Rare footage.
Mark, tell everybody who this is. We just got off a long European trip with them. Go ahead. I mean, he's an amazing individual.
Ben, some people know him from the Thursday night, right? The BSN beer. Some people know Ben from the articles with Fine Home Building and such. And other people know him as a lead carpenter out there in Connecticut. Ben was just in Switzerland with Jennifer and Dave and ATN and all the amazing people. And you can see by that smile, he presented over 10 hours a day, every day of IBS last year. That's a lot of water weight. And they built the booths and took down the booths. So the 3-day prep before and after the show. That's hard work, Dave.
I walked over to see him, Mark, like 100 times during the show. And every time I walked over there, he was on the stage again. So you want to talk about somebody that's putting in a ton of effort. He was definitely the one putting in a ton of effort. So big shout out to Ben for sure. Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
And all the sponsors that make those stages happen. Yeah. Last year was special because it was an open sponsorship. There were some brands kind of in the same marketplace. I mean, let's face it, we use a lot of mixed brands, right? And so the fact that happened on the biggest stage of them all,
right?
And a little story I heard is one of the reasons that area is also so popular, besides the learning, is that is one of the few areas at IBS that you can sit down, right? Because you're on your feet for hours. So there you could sit and you could learn and collaborate with others. So hats off to Ben.
Absolutely. There you go. It's 4 p.m. where Henry's at. So have a beer on us, Henry. He's done with coffee. He's moving on to beer, and he's mixing concrete for a gate post. So, all right, good. And also, like I said, I mean, this was last year that what Ben was doing. I am sure this year that'll switch it up. But these are the types of things that are happening there. So you want to attend and you want to check it out. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling here. I got to get to getting. I got to be somewhere as well.
Sure.
All the way in Monroeville this morning. So, all right, we are moving on to the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Bau in Munich, Germany. We are planning on attending Bau in April in Germany. This show has over 250,000 attendees all across Europe. It's one of their biggest, if not the biggest, show for architecture, materials, and systems. That's right. So it covers everything from hemp products to building systems to the tech in between. this is a show, if you have not been, you want to go. So stay tuned for more on Bau. That'll be coming up, and we're looking forward to bringing that to you. And there you go, put it up. Munich Journey, April 2023. And then last but not least, Mark, we have been invited for an international tour in Germany, Austria, Italy, and Switzerland in July of 2023. So more to follow on that. We still got to solidify everything, but you might be learning a lot more from us overseas. We're going to hopefully get a lot of things planned and have show schedules planned out well in advance and notices well in advance to everybody. So it'll make your planning easier and you don't miss a live show, because on these tours, this is when you're going to want to ask questions.
For sure.
All right, Mark, I love it, dude. What do you think, man? What do you think?
I'm thrilled about Bau. The opportunity for you to showcase all the systems and products and professionals that are over there, and to share that with the North American audience and deliver your North American media expertise over there, right? That's a connection, and it's going to be huge. It is going to be huge.
I love it. All right, so that's it. Listen, everybody, there will not be a Monday expert show. We will be doing a replay, though, and we will also be we'll be doing recorded shout outs to our sponsors. In fact, Jen and I talked, we may do a recorded program. Unfortunately, I have procedural things I got to do at the VA, and they're not very flexible on time, and I had to take what I could. But outside of that, too much personal information, but that's the way of the world. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we want to go out with a good dance. What do you think, Mark?
Let's dance our way through the weekend, and we'll see you all next week.
See you, everybody.